I'm not sure if you can hear this or not. I'm gonna step outside. Hopefully you can. But I live next to a speedway, and I think they're doing drifting right now. Wow. Super loud engines. So, Louis, come on, let's go. Part of the reason why we live over here is because that's pretty badass. I've gotten into sports cars a lot more now recently, and I don't know. I've always really loved the 370. 350 really was the first one I really fell in love with. But yeah, I'm excited. So let's get to work. All right. Well, this is it. This is the car. 2015 Nissan 370Z Nismo. It's a couple generations of this car. This is the Gen 2 of the Nismo. So this is the second version, and I think it looks the best. I really like the front bumper. I'll show you all that in just a second. Kind of reminds me of a, similar to like a 911 body, where it's just got the fat hips on it. Love Japanese cars, and this one in particular has been one of my favorites forever. So I'm glad to start finally doing some work on it. And the first thing I'm probably going to do is the brakes, just because it's the easiest. They look cool. I got the front and the rear. I got the performance pads, so that's nice. And then I got some door handles, carbon fiber door handles, which I'm gonna do. And then the MOTORDYNE exhaust and the MOTORDYNE art pipes, which are gonna be the hardest challenge of today. So we're gonna get those on here in a little bit, but for now, I'm just gonna kind of show you the brakes. So I went ahead and got the car jacked up. Got it on some jack stands down there. I'm gonna put some PB Blaster on the nuts and bolts down there. They're not rusted really, but I'm gonna let that sink in, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the front brakes. Where the cats connect, I might put a little on the other side over there. And then back here, you can see that on this as well. And I think the rest should just come right out. So that's a 21 millimeter. So these, you wanna kind of twist them towards you and pop these out. There's one. And there is number 2. And then this It should pop out. This is under pressure, so hold that. And then you should be able to kind of work this out. Well, that's a lot easier. You just push pressure on it. There we go. That should just pop right out. And then there's your pads, which these have actually got a lot of life on them, but we are upgrading those. We are upgrading those. And then there's 2 bolts back here. So you got this one, and then the one right below it down here. And then this will pop off. The caliper will pop off, and then you can pull the rotor off. And those are 22 millimeter, I believe. There is one nut that's holding on the brake line. It's a metal brake line, so you really want to be careful not to bend it. But I'm going to disconnect that and then kind of swing it and set it on this jack. Back that up a little bit. I put the lug nuts back on and then kind of banged around this area to get this to come loose. And that's it. So I got a wire brush and I've already kind of tackled some of it, but just kind of get in there and really get anything that's gonna keep it from sitting flush. Then I'll grab the new one. Put that on there just like that. Just like that. And then we just reverse. Everything gets put back the same way it came out. Just kind of push them in one at a time. I just kind of use something to kind of leverage them, and then little by little they'll go in. Once you get it in, get the pistons in, you can slide the pads back in. So this just goes back in like this. I'll have that come over, and then bring that through there like that. Alright, so push that down right through there. Get that through there and just spin the hole towards you. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to try to get those out real quick. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, I'm going to do this side first. Alright, got it. Just flip on the ground. Corner. Alright, like a glove. Get that one and then the one on the other side too. Got it. Not too bad, not too bad. So I put in some aftermarket bushings for my differential. I don't know if you can see them there. That job is a nightmare. So I don't recommend doing that one because you have to order a special tool to get them out, and if not, you gotta cut it and drill it out. It's just one of those bushing nightmares. So alright, so I just took out, so there's one right there, there's two in the middle, and then there's one on the right, and I got those out. So I'm gonna unscrew them now, and then start working on the hangers, and then we should be in business. It's coming off quick. Lots to come. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this tool is the shiz. I just made that so much easier. Oh no, actually. That came off, but then that fell, so I'm gonna go ahead and go grab that. It doesn't really matter because all that stuff's coming off, but it should actually come right out now. Okay. Once you get it going, there we go. It'll just come on out. Yep, that's it right there. Okay. That's hanging down. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Alright, there's the Y right there. Alright, that's piece number one. Let's get the next one, let's get the cats out. Oop, watch out, light. Alright. Now we are just pulling the cats off, which is going to be the hardest part because there is a bolt that's down way in there. I'm about to use like a 3-foot extension, which I bought. It was really not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm going to go ahead and start taking the cats off. It is a little difficult to film there. I'm going to try to set the camera up where you can see what I'm getting at. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just pulling the bolts off of it. And then there's one that I'll show you that's really difficult, but we'll get it. I'm going to go ahead and put some PP Blaster on the other bolts now. I probably should have done that earlier, but I'll show you where they are. They're pretty easy to get to, except for one is difficult. You got to get to it from up top. But I want to go ahead and get some blaster on these. I just went everywhere. Oh well. There's one there. One underneath right there. Oh, shit. Get that on there like that. Alright, well that's them right there. So I'll take the O2 sensors out and then we're going to work on getting those off. So that's what we're looking at, and the other side is right there. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't get the clips on video, but they're pretty straightforward. Okay, so 202 sensors. We got to get this out. Alright, so that was pretty easy. Yeah, that one's difficult. As you can see, it is on the back side. So you've got that one, and then you've got that one. 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 And then and then that one. And then I also know that that one, or the one back there, is also on the back side. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get those now, and then let y'all know how I do it. Well, I got the cat out. This thing is a pain in the butt. You just have to basically fish an extension, like a 3-footer down there, and you just kind of got to set it up, get it on there. And I had to go underneath and kind of wiggle it around to get it on there, and then come up and then connect to it and get it out. I'm gonna try this side. This side looks a little bit harder, so I'm gonna try to do the same thing, and then I'll show you kind of the setup before I take it off. I am really struggling with this one right here. It's the top bolt on the driver's side cat converter, and I had to take the tube out and get access in there with a long extension, and yeah, it is just not wanting to go. So fair warning, that one is really difficult. So just keep that in mind, because I'm struggling, but hopefully with that blaster, or with the anti-seize fluid, we can get this thing off, because if not, I'm screwed. So, gonna keep rocking and rolling. We finally got it loose. I had to go down there and kind of like bang on it, and then my wife was able to use the impact at the same time, and we finally got it off. So, just a fair warning, that is really difficult. It's not easy, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm gonna start putting stuff back together in just a second. All right, so MOTORDYNE arc pipes. It's the next step. We're gonna go ahead and put on these bad boys. Okay. Okay. Come here, bitch. All right, so the first one's up. Pretty sure that's right. So that little flange goes inside of there. 2 sensor there. All right. Well, we're gonna do the Y pipe now. See which way it goes. Should go. Looks like just like that. Okay, so I did end up finishing. I recorded a little bit more video of me putting these on, but for some reason it deleted the footage of that. So anyways, they just bolt up and hang right where they were hanging before. Got the brakes on back and on the front.